Sorry about that, guys. It helps to hit a certain button right there, so that would explain that panicked look on my face right there. But all right, hey, you know what? When people say, "Hey, you need to put a smile on your face more often," well, I think that if you say that after you see the movie Smile 2, you're probably going to say that a whole lot less there, to be honest with me or with you right there. But with that being said, let's get into some Smile 2. But first, let me give you something to dance to.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Hey there, everybody. Hey, happy Sunday here, and welcome to this Movies Merica Live, a Smile 2 edition. As always, I am your humble host, Van Ebert. Humbled even more thanks to technical problems and that kind of thing. So, like I said, like a couple weeks ago here, I've got this whole new system that I'm using here for the show right there. And so things don't operate the way they used to. Like I'm accustomed to buttons automatically staying clicked and that kind of thing. And now I'm finding out with this new system, buttons that I'm not used to, actually, having clicked or staying clicked as usual, they don't stay click right now. And so that's why, yeah, I'm basically just looking like a clown car here for the last couple of weeks with audio and video problems and that kind of thing. But eventually we'll get it all squared away. But I know, as fascinating as that is to talk about here, you guys are here to hear about Smile 2, and I'm going to talk about that in spoiler-free fashion. But just let me let you guys know here real quick, you guys can get in the live chat and talk Smile 2 with me as well right there. But as always, I always want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You guys know who you are, all right? So Smile 2 here, let's get into it. It was directed and written by Parker Finn. And this guy makes me sick because he's a young guy, relatively speaking. He's 37 years old. He directed the first Smile movie. Now he's directed the Smile 2, which is turning out to be a big hit. And so this is one of those guys that they just knew early in life what they wanted to be. In his case, he wanted to be a film director. And, after toiling for a lot of years, in his much, much younger years, probably in his teens, his 20s, and now in his late 30s, he's realizing his dream. And so somebody like me, where I definitely I could not nail down what I wanted to do to make me very successful in life, like right from the get-go, early in life. People like that did, I am extremely jealous. I hate them, okay? But Smile 2, though, from Parker Finn, and congrats on his success. This is a sequel, of course, obviously, to his 2022 Smile movie, where we were introduced to the concept of what I'm going to call the Smile Demon. Some people might call it the Smile Curse, where the basic rules of this curse here, or how it operates, is if you see someone kill themselves in front of you who is cursed with this Smile curse, then obviously, if you're the one to see that, then the curse passes on to you. And so at the beginning of the first Smile, we see the main character, Rose, played by Kevin Bacon's daughter, Sosie Bacon, see a patient slit her own throat there because she was possessed by this Smile demon. Well, now, hey, congratulations, Rose. You now are the proud winner of a Smile curse there. So after she is, unfortunately, the latest curse victim, then she is slowly driven insane by this smile demon, showing her, weird hallucinations and creepy, nightmarish visions, and making her think that, that she is, that things that are not really happening are happening and that kind of thing. So she, in the smile demon likes to take control of people that you know in your life, and when they are talking to you as normal, they're behaving normally, then suddenly the smile demon will take over them and like make them give you this creepy smile and come after you. And so those are like the ways that the smile demon drives you crazy and drives you nuts right there. So absolutely. And we got Beyond Formal classing up this show here right there. Ensures poppin' pimpin' right there. So, and pimping ain't easy, including here on Movies Merica Live there. So, and we are, we're popping and pimping here. Some Smile 2 right there. And so don't slut shame Smile 2, because I'm just pimping Smile 2 out for my show. But yeah, great to see you here, Beyond Formal here. And yeah, if you got anything to say about Smile 1 or Smile 2 or horror movies in general or anything like that, hell, throw up your favorite horror movie of all time if you want, and then hopefully we'll get you some live chat friends in here as well eventually here to talk about some Smile 2. But Smile 1, so I mentioned Smile 1 just to establish what the smile curse is, or what the smile demon is. And then, so I'm not going to spoil Smile 1 just in case anybody hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. Again, like I said, it stars Kevin Bacon's kids. Sosie Bacon is her name. And it's also got, hey, if you're a big fan of Harold and Kumar, it's got Kumar in the movie as well, Zach Penn, who in real life is a complete turd, but in the movies he's suitable, he's fine there. So Smile 2, what it does is it takes off about 6 days after the ending events of the first Smile there, and we see one of the returning characters from the first one, and he basically he's doing some stuff. Okay, he's doing some stuff to try to get himself out of a pickle. Okay, and then after that scene, and I'm being purposely vague. Okay, because again, spoiler free, everybody, spoiler free. Okay, I don't want to ruin the goodies for you. So he's in this pickle. The opening sequence happens, that kind of thing, and then we're introduced to a character by the name of Skye Riley. And Skye Riley is played by Naomi Scott. And Skye Riley, unlike the main character from the first Smile, who was like just some behavioral therapist or psychologist or something like that, Skye Riley, played by Naomi Scott, and Skye Riley is like this worldwide famous pop star like Taylor Swift, something like that, right? So she's going to be the one that, unfortunately for her, is going to get cursed and that kind of thing right there. But hey, we got Lindy Rigg joining us here in the show right there. Good to see you here, Lindy Rigg. And what is going on in here? Well, we've got some Smile 2 going on in here. So spoiler-free flavor as we talk about this right here. And talk about a movie that when you watch it, it's going to make you thankful for your own life, because you're going to be thankful that you did not go through this experience documented in this movie right here. But yeah, so Skye Riley, again, yeah, she's just like Madonna, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and whatnot. Now, maybe at least a couple of those names, maybe out of those couple of those names, you wish like a couple of those people would get cursed by the Smile demon here, but that's neither here nor there, okay? But in Smile 2, Skye Riley is the cursed person in this. And so the way that she gets the curse bestowed upon her is really gnarly, okay? And it's nightmarish, just like what happens in the first Smile movie, how she gets the curse on her, and it's just from happenstance how it happens. But now she's seeing scary, nightmarish visions that may or may not be real. They manifest themselves in the real world, and sometimes they don't. They sometimes can have an effect and that kind of thing. But the scary thing about the smile demon is that it can possess anybody, at least temporarily, to screw with you as the latest curse victim. And so Skye Riley is going through this, but she's going through this on a much bigger, much higher profile public level than the character Rose did in the first one. Because again, the character Rose in the first Smile was just like this behavioral psychologist or someone that works at some hospital. She's a nobody, basically. She's a normie, right? But Skye Riley is this Taylor Swift type where she is in front of a bunch of people, right? She's got people coming to her left and right, handlers and assistants and managers and studio label heads and all this stuff, right? And so when things go sideways because of this curse, a lot of people see it, and she's got to hide it from a lot of people and that kind of thing. But that's so things escalate from there. You don't know what's real, what isn't. The movie's peppered with some absolutely horrendous gore, stomach churning gore and that kind of thing that serves the story. So it's got to be there. But if you're squeamish, you're not going to like this movie or anything like that. But it really punctuates in an entertaining way the movie, and you just see Naomi Scott playing Skye Riley, showing her mind unraveling over the course of the movie. Kind of reminds me of remember the movie Candyman? The first one, right? The one back in the 90s, the good one, not the woke one that came out a few years ago, but the one with Virginia Madsen. And she's slowly going more and more insane as the movie goes on. Kind of reminds me of that. It's not quite as good as Virginia Madsen and Candyman, but very, very close right there. And Beyond Formal, there you go. Yeah, Alex, People Under the Stairs. Yeah, that's a classic Wes Craven there. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. That's from the 80s, I'm pretty sure there. So People Under the Stairs. So that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So, but there's a lot of great horror movies coming out like the last couple of years, like Barbarian and Talk to Me. We just had Late Night with the Devil came out earlier this year. Long Legs, I like that. Some people didn't like Long Legs. I liked it right there. She reminds me of me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And Candyman was loosely based on real life there. So, yeah, I mean, like the legend behind Candyman there. I mean, I could definitely see that at least being, based loosely on real life right there, where how Candyman came to be, their urban legend and that kind of thing. So, which that's a sick story. And Clive Barker is a sick Dougie for coming up with that, but that's classic Clive Barker right there. That's why, he's the master of horror, one of the masters of horror that there is out there. That's for sure. So, all right. So let's get into more Smile 2. But let me throw this picture up here right there. Yeah, just to really get into the spirit of Smile 2 right there. And Happy Gilmore was a biopic there. Yeah. It's I remember that it was ghost written by his Shooter McGavin there. I remember that. And we even had the we had Chubbs right there. He was a major like dramatic character, and I know it's just ripped from today's headlines. And I saw Happy Gilmore, I'm like, my God, if I had a quarter for every single time I saw a story like that in real life there. So, and then Ben Stiller's sadistic retirement village character. So Happy Gilmore, a fantastic movie, but little did we know, hey, it was a biopic right there. So it gives it that extra gravitas that I never knew. But Smile 2 is more of the same from the first one there, but just with a different flavor, I have to say. And I think that's the main theme that I would get across to you today. And it suffers from it having to rehash known territory. It's not its fault. It's just it's the second one in the series. So it doesn't have that novelty that the first one had. Sort of like how the Final Destination series, for example, just rehashes that formula, but with different characters and locales. This time it's a jet exploding. Now this time it's a roller coaster. And this time it's fill in the blank, right? Now, that being said, the new flavor in Smile 2 is quite tasty in some spots. The flashback to what led to a tragedy that's a big driver of what leads Skye to the Smile Demon is entertainingly unnerving and gives Skye's character some depth here. She's not just some one-note flat character. And one thing that's completely different from the first movie is the opening sequence before the title card. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the opening sequence to Smile 2 is more like this gritty, bloody crime thriller than a horror movie. I mean, also, it is or is pretty close to a one-shot, okay? I mean, like, when I say a one-shot, I'm talking about they have, they're filming with a camera and obviously, and they don't cut from this angle to this angle to this angle. It's just this one camera just following somebody through a scene nonstop with no cuts whatsoever. A movie that came out, a few years ago called 1917. Its claim to fame was that it was supposed to be like a whole movie that's one shot. It wasn't. They made some clever shots or cuts here and there where you couldn't tell. But the opening sequence to Smile 2 is that. It's pretty close to, or it is a one shot there. And it definitely gave me some Kevin Bacon death sentence one shot crime thriller vibes from the sequence there. Because I don't know if you've ever seen the Kevin Bacon movie Death Sentence that came out, I think, back in 2007. Don't quote me on that. But that's a movie where like his wife and kid get killed, or his kid gets killed at first. And there's a parking ramp sequence where some baddies are after him, and it's like this very cool one-shot sequence in Death Sentence. And so the opening sequence for Smile 2 kind of gave me that same kind of vibe right there. And then the opening title card for this is also deliciously jacked up. They really put their best foot forward in that title card sequence. I'll just put it that way. And when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you'll know what I mean by best foot. Okay. And then it's after this opening title sequence is, of course, when we meet Skye Riley via that space cadet who introduced the word mamala. And that's, in real life right there. And of course, I'm talking about that space cadet, Drew Barrymore. And Drew Barrymore makes a space cadet cameo in this movie, hosting her cringe Drew Barrymore show, where Skye Riley is a guest on the Drew Barrymore show. She's coming on there and, yes, hey, I'm Skye Riley, and I'm making my comeback. And I know it's been a year since, my big accident that I had. And Drew Barrymore's on there. So, well, how's it been this last year for you there, Skye? It's you had that tragic accident and you've had to climb back. How's it been? And what's your next plans? Drew Barrymore is kind of doing an interview like that on her show, and that's how we're introduced to the main character right there. And then soon after that, a little event happens that creates the need to go to the location where Skye's life is never the same after that, okay? And then once Skye becomes the Smile Demon's next plaything, the movie actually does get a tad monotonous because we've already seen all the types of torments the Smile Demon pulls on her in the first movie here. So it's not fresh. It's not new, right? Open door, see nothing, shut the door, and then suddenly, big scary thing with sudden scary sound effects. There's some of that in this movie right there. Okay, so and then you see a lot of that lather, rinse, repeat. Okay, now director writer Parker Finn that I mentioned before, he just needs to tighten up scenes because my smile turned more into a blank stare with how long some scenes were. I mean, I don't like my horror mixed with some Quentin Tarantino 23-minute monologuing scene. no scene of anyone doing a deep dive on what the lyrics of Like a Virgin mean, were in Smile 2, though. So that's at least good right there. That's only at the beginning of Reservoir Dogs there, but that's it right there. And Beyond Foremost, my third grade yearbook pick right there. Yeah, man, you must have been a creepy little kid right there. Maybe you're like, did you go to school with those two little girls from The Shining? Come play with us, Donnie. Come play with us. Ah! And you'll be pleased to learn that the first time I actually saw those two little girls on The Shining, basically to say the first time I ever saw The Shining, I was probably about, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years old or something like that. So watching that movie there, I can't remember what relative's house it was, but I was way too young to watch The Shining. And so, of course, when I watched it and Danny's riding his big wheel down the hallway and then he sees the two little girls and, of course, by that time I was already creeped out by the music and The Shining and that kind of thing. And so I just go into all kinds of different tangents, as you know, if you've seen any of my previous episodes right there. So, but all right, let's do this here real quick, and let's switch it up here a little bit real quick here, because we like to keep things spicy, very, very spicy here at Movies Merica headquarters right there. And what I want to tell you about here first is tdpn.locals.com, as you see right there at the very top of the screen. And that's our Till Death Podcast Network website that we have all kinds of great content like videos and blogs and articles all about movies and entertainment and hot button sizzling topics of the day and politics and funnies and that kind of thing. I mean, but all presented in a way that you are not going to find anywhere else. Okay, so check it out. And as you see down below, fantastic promo for you. You get 1 month free membership if you go there and you put in promo code TDPN, as in Till Death Podcast Network. And then after that 1 month free, it's only a measly $3 after that. All right, it's chump change. It's nothing. Okay. Now I know in this era of Kamalanomics and whatnot, money's a little tighter. A dollar doesn't get you what it used to get. But $3, that's still pretty cheap. Okay, still pretty cheap. We're not quite in the Great Depression days yet, but hopefully we don't get there. But yeah, $3 minimum. Very cheap to maintain your VIP status on tdpn.locals.com. So definitely check that out. Okay. And while I'm telling you about stuff, let me tell you about that like button down there, if you would. If you would just click on that, if you would. And it's calling you. It's calling your name. Like, click on me. All right. Click on me on the likey button. Okay, so click on that. And then also, while you're down there clicking buttons, and that sounded dirtier than I intended, hit that subscribe or follow button down there if you haven't already. Now, if you already have, don't click on it again, because then you'll unfollow or unsubscribe. So don't do that. And then also, if you haven't already, hit that notification bell down there as well. But the subscriber follow button, I mean, like on the platform that you're watching the show on, whether it's Rumble or YouTube, or if you're watching this on X later on, go ahead and follow me on X under, at Movies Merica, that kind of thing. All right. And then real quick, lastly, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this later on, 5 years from now, well, first off, thanks for watching. And also, get in the comments down below. Get in the comments and let me know what you think of the episode. And don't be afraid to be brutally honest, okay? I am not some delicate, fragile flower. I'm not one of those, white guys for, Harris or anything like that, or, white white butt boys, for Kamala. Not like that. I'm not fragile and delicate like that. So let me have it. If you think I need to do something different, by all means. Or even better yet, if you think I'm doing something good, let me know. Because, hey, you know what? I can always use my, little massaging to my ego. I'm not above that. So, but yeah, all that to say is get in the comments down below there. That would be fantabulous if you would do that. All right. So, and let's check out here real quick. I just want to make sure I've got everything on the There we go. Yeah, I like Lindy Rigg. I like the cut of your jib there, Lindy Rigg. Click them all so effing hard. There you go. Yes, exactly. Click them so hard they'll be filing a restraining order against you. There you go. So yeah, click them so hard you'll be sharing a cell with Harvey Weinstein. Oh, never mind. Always taking it too far, Van. Always taking it too far. My God, what's wrong with me? I tell you. Now back to Smile 2 here. I have to give the star Naomi Scott some love for her performance. Now that being said, her performance can get grating at some points, but her performance also requires her to do some impressive dance choreography and singing. Remember, I said that she plays like this world famous pop star, that kind of thing. And so in real life, Naomi Scott, she's got a spectacular voice. I didn't know until I was doing, some research for this episode. And I'm like, all right, she's got some chops over here. All right, she can belt out a tune or two. And she even came out with a Smile 2 EP with her recording some songs as Skye Riley. Now, the grading part is more because of Finn's screenplay, Parker Finn's screenplay, if I can say that right, where he has her make some stupid-ass decisions and say some stupid-ass things. You'll see what I'm talking about when you see the movie, okay? Now, me describing it would be like Joe Biden describing the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel to you, okay? So that's why I'm not going to explain the stupid-ass decisions and the stupid-ass things that she does right there. I don't want to be like, there's some characters on the ceiling, and I'm not joking. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. And there's a finger, and there's some purple. See, I'm trying not to sound like that right there. So that's why I'm not going to go into it right there. And then also Parker Finn also manages to get some great actors with perfectly creepy smiles that serve the smile demon plot spectacularly. He even went out and got Jack Nicholson's kid, Ray Nicholson, because who's better, other than Jack Nicholson himself, to provide a great creepy smile than Ray Nicholson? And if you don't believe me, that's Ray Nicholson on the screen right there, okay? So doesn't he look kind of like his old man? Especially like I remember at the end of The Shining where they show Jack Nicholson and he's like in that old-timey black and white picture at the Overlook Hotel, and it basically just looks a lot like his old man in that picture in The Shining right there. So like just there you go, thumbs up there, Parker Finn, for getting Jack Nicholson's kid for this right there. But I all that to say, I do have to mention there were no code reds ordered in this movie Smile 2 though. So no code reds at all, anything like that. So not at all. So no red rum in Smile 2 at all. That would be very derivative as well. But all right, let's do this here real quick here because I'm getting thirsty, everybody, getting very thirsty. And of course, that's not my not so subtle a hint that we're going to get into some brew review time. All right, so we're getting a little taste of Texas today with today's brew, and this is a Stubbs. It comes to us out of Garland, Texas. Yeah, this is Lakewood Brewing out of Garland, Texas, and this is just a Pilsner. Okay, it's not anything exotic. It's nothing exotic. It's not a porter or a stout or a barley wine, infused with raspberry and chocolate and coffee or anything like that. It's just a very bare bones, simple, by the numbers, kind of a blue collar, Pilsner beer to drink. Okay, so it's not a symphony of flavor or anything like that. Okay, this is just like like a dude on a string bass and a guy on a banjo. It's just not a symphony, just a very simple band of brew flavor right there. But that's not to say that it's a bad beer. It's just very stripped down. And so it's pretty good. I mean, even, I'm making it sound worse than it is right there, by saying just how kind of bare bones it is. But I could see myself downing a bunch of these and creating a bunch of empties on a bass boat somewhere on a lake fishing somewhere, okay? Because this is some good fishing beer right here, okay? Just fill yourself a big old cooler up with some Stubbs right there. And I'm not getting any money from Lakewood Brewing. I'm not getting any money from them. So this is a completely objective review. I'm not. So it's, if I thought it tasted like piss water, I would tell you. Okay, if I thought it tasted like Bud Light tranny fluid, I would tell you. But this is good. This is the good stuff right here. Again, if you're going to be spending a Saturday on a bass boat and you need to stay hydrated, you could do a whole lot worse than some good old Stubbs from Texas right here. But let me take a tug off this because I'm sick of talking about it. I'd rather be drinking it. So here we go. Oh yeah, I must have been doing a whole lot of talking because that went down real nice and smooth. That's for sure. But it's a 4.5% alcohol by volume, and that's typical for just a typical Pilsner there. Just a very light, easy, crisp, cool, refreshing beer to drink right there. So, I mean, you can get hammered off this stuff, but you're going to have to, drink a whole, literally a whole bass boatload of them there. But it can be done, and believe me, I speak from experience. Okay, so but 11%. It's got an 11 rating on the IBU rating scale. So IBU is a international bitterness units, is what that is. But yeah, grab yourself some Stubbs right there. Again, it's not a widely circulated beer. Again, it comes from Garland, Texas. And so you'll probably have to go someplace like Uber Eats or GoPuff.com or Drizzly.com to grab yourself some of that there. But yeah, I would grab it right there. If some of those more exotic beers like porters and barley wines kind of scare you a little bit, and you want to stick with something a little bit more bare bones, get yourself some Stubbs. And that beer burp right there, you know what? That don't lie. That's a testament, I guess. So I guess you'll be doing a lot of burping. At least I will if I'm drinking a whole lot of those on a bass boat. Okay, but with that here, let's wrap up this brew review time. All right, here we go. Yeah, hopefully you guys are learning a lot of good stuff about Smile 2 and some beer there, okay? Hopefully you guys are getting yourself a little education. And yeah, Smile 2 is a movie that I'll be going over this Thursday night here as well. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on right here. What I want to tell you about right now, though, is our fantastic Till Death Podcast Network merch, okay? Specifically our T-shirts that you see over here. So there we go. And as you see up there at the top left right there, you got the Movies Merica T-shirt that you can grab. And we make it very easy for you to grab a Movies Merica T-shirt as I move into better position right there. There we go. I want to be more centered there and sit up like my mother always told me to do. But and so I don't know how I digress to that. But all that to say is down in the description, just click on the merch link, and that's how you can get to the link to grab yourself a Movies Merica T-shirt or Movies Merica shot glass or cell phone case or whatever. Okay, so yoga pants, a pristine silverware set if you like. Okay, so basically, you name it, we probably got it down there in the Movies Merica flavor. Okay. And then as it says down below, if you put in promo code MOVIES, you get free shipping. All right. So pretty good deal. All right. We live in, again, the time of Kamalanomics. We need to save as much money as we possibly can. All right. To keep food on the table and roof over our heads and all that stuff. So it's a little bit of money. So every penny you save, it definitely helps right there. And so we here at the Till Death Podcast Network, we want to help you out in that endeavor by giving you that free shipping with that promo code MOVIES. But yeah, get on down there, click that merch link. Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, is right around the corner. And nothing says, I love you, Father, like a Movies Merica T-shirt right there. So, yep. Or get grandma a shot glass. There you go. I mean, maybe grandma's been drinking a whole lot, maybe drinking a little too much lately, but she would appreciate a Movies Merica shot glass. Well, get her one, man. Give grandma some love right there with a shot glass. So get there, do it. All right. So let's get right up here. And, I got some random thoughts about Smile 2. I mean, I have random thoughts about a lot of stuff, but in this case, it's random thoughts about Smile 2, okay? And my first random thought is the gore in this movie is tip-top, okay? Now, you won't mistake this movie for Terrifier 3, another recent hit horror movie when it comes to like sheer amounts of gore. It's not there's not near as much gore as there is in the Terrifier series of movies right there. However, when it's called for in Smile 2, it's brutal and stomach churning, okay? Now, the Terrifier movies, they make the gore the star of the show, well, along with Art the Clown, of course, whereas Smile 2 just uses the gore to serve the story, okay? Kind of fit it in like a puzzle piece here and there and that kind of thing. So now the score to this movie by Cristobal Tapia de Veer, if I'm saying that right. I'm an ugly American, so I butcher names that aren't Fred Smith all the time, all right? So if you want me to get your name right, make your name something like Jack Jackson, Kevin Williams, something like that. Hard for even me to screw up those names. But old Cristobal's score here in this movie is spine-tingling and so apropos for this kind of movie. And he also did the score for the first Smile, and the Smile score is now signature and unforgettable to me. Okay, if somebody plays it somewhere, I'm going to go like, that's the Smile score. I know that score. I know it. And they use it so well. I have to add, they do use it so well during that disgustingly gnarly opening title sequence that I was telling you about a little earlier right there. But yeah, it's just this score is just very, very creepy, and it'll get under your skin, and to the point where, you know what? Hey, you might wake up in the middle of the night, in a cold sweat. You're like, and what you'll hear in your head is that creepy Smile score. Yes, there you go. Very, very creepy. All right, trying to control my beer burps going over here. So it's just fun. I'm doing that delicate dance of trying to talk and then also trying to control my beer burps right here. So, but let me try to smoothly segue from beer burps to Flip City Magazine. Yeah, Flip City Magazine. I want to mention that because that's a great sponsor of our Till Death Podcast Network shows, including this very one you're watching right now. And what is Flip City Magazine? Well, I shall tell you. So best way to describe it is, remember Mad Magazine and Cracked Magazine back in the day? And Mad Magazine with Alfred E. Newman, What Me Worry? And it was the classic magazine, for cracking you up back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, that kind of thing. So you can pick yourself up some Mad Magazine and dependably get yourself a good giggle, right? Well, unfortunately, not so much anymore, okay? So with the election of a certain president, back in 2016, he broke Mad Magazine's brain, okay? And so Mad Magazine and Cracked, they gave themselves over to the woke Borg, okay, because of that. But so at that point, we needed a worthy replacement. And Flip City is more than worthy a replacement for those magazines right there. But instead of hearing me yap about Flip City, let's hear it straight from the source.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right. So, yes, that should entice you to get yourself some Flip City magazine. And as you see down below right there, we're making it very easy for you to get your hands on some giggles that you can hold in your fingertips, right? And we've got the Flip City link in the description down below. So all you got to do is get down there, click on that link there, grab yourself some Flip City, and put in the promo code MOVIES, and you get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around. All right, and let me prove to you that I am not just talking some yap over here and not backing up my promo for Flip City with action. I got some Flip City right here, right there. Yeah, feast your eyes there. Yeah, there you go. Are you jealous? Yeah, I've got me some Flip City right here. There you go. All right, contain your envy, everybody, because I've got great artwork right here. Look at that. Oh, yeah, look at the artwork. Let's flip over here. Got good comics. Oh, yeah. There you go. And you get to hold it in your hands. Look at that. Yes, it's a veritable amusement park for my fingers right there. Yeah, I gotta love it. So Flip City Magazine, get yourself some right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, maybe not boys and girls. Probably got some raunchy stuff. You probably don't want your kids watching right there or checking out right there. Well, actually, you know what? You know, if you're the parents of the kids that I saw the other night, because I saw Smile 2 on Friday night, and you guys might have already seen my video that I put on X about this, telling about what I saw at the theaters on Friday night there when I saw it. But there were some parents there that actually had like what looked like their 5 or 6 or 7-year-old kids in this bloody, gory horror movie of Smile 2 right there. And I was just like, I mean, I'm sure that's obviously, I'm not the first one to ever see that, going into movies. I'm sure that happens worldwide, right? But at least for me, it never loses its shock value, right? When you're at a horror movie or an R-rated movie of whatever type, especially a horror movie with blood and guts and all that stuff, and you see some terrible parents bringing in like their little kids like that. And so apparently it got to me so much that, yes, I recorded a, spur of the moment video that you can check out on X, under my @MoviesMerica handle right there, where I just go off. I go nuclear. I go the guns of Navarone, as Jules says in Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson right there. Like I'm Superfly TNT. I go nuclear. I go guns of Navarone. All right. So, just like Pulp Fiction, but I do it on those parents that were dumb enough to bring their little kids to Smile 2. So yeah, check out that short little video that I did on X right there if you want to. They're all about that. So, but anyway, just to remind you guys real quick here while I'm thinking about it, spoiler free. I don't know where that came from. So this Thursday night, I have my Movies America spoiler warning show. Okay. So today's episode is all spoiler free. Thursday night, not so much. Okay. So I will be going over Smile 2 this Thursday night, spoilers and all. Okay. So if you've seen Smile 2, definitely join me on Thursday night. So, because that's your invitation, that's your opportunity to talk as in depth about Smile 2 as you want. Now, you might be watching right now. You're like, I've never seen Smile 2, and even if I've seen Smile 2, I don't want to talk to anybody in depth about it. But my cousin Jethro, I know he does, or my Aunt Peggy, I know she would. Okay, so shoot my link over to Aunt Peggy and cousin Jethro for this Thursday night's Smile 2 version of Movies America spoiler warning right there. And that comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific this Thursday night. Okay. And, one quick way to get the link to the show this Thursday night is if you just go to like my @Movies America page on X, always have them on there as well. So check that out. And while you're checking out those links on my X profile of @MoviesAmerica, hey, go ahead and follow me on there if you aren't already. That'd be fantastic. And I would be moved to tears. Okay, right there. Not really, but I would be very very moved. I will put it that way. That's for sure. So, all right. So more about Smile 2, and the way I want to go into Smile 2 and tell you more about that is part of my continuing series, my continuing segment that I do on every Movies America live show, which is the movie I'm reviewing a woke after school special? Well, in the terms of Smile 2, not at all, from what I could tell. And hats off to Parker Finn, the director and writer of this. Hats off to him for that. Okay. I will always give an artist their flowers for wanting to entertain, not sermonize. Now, freedom of speech enables artists to message with their art all they want. Okay, that's to me, that's the downside of freedom of speech. But hey, just because I think it's a downside doesn't mean that we should get rid of the freedom of speech, right? We should maintain that no matter what. So, but that being said about freedom of speech and artists being able to message with their art all they want, it also enables me the ability to use that freedom to use speech to take a vocalistic flamethrower to their uppity messaging attempts. And so you'll see a lot of that on X, when a show, like say like some of the Star Wars shows that have come out recently here. So apparently they're so bad, I have unconsciously forgotten the names of them, and because so I can't think of them right now. Okay, so that's good right there. But any shows like that they use their TV shows or their movies not to entertain, but to teach you a lesson, young man. I love taking a vocalistic flamethrower to movies or TV shows like that. So God bless America. Yep, I love it. Every single minute of it right there. And hey, let me just take a minute here to remind you that, hey, if you just so happen to be appreciating what I am doing right here, just rambling and ranting about, movies every week and that kind of thing, in this case, Smile 2. If you appreciate it enough to throw a buck or two or 100 my way, hey, God bless you if you're going to do that. I'll tell you right now how you can do that, okay? So if you're on Rumble, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant. And the way you do that is it's very easy, very easy. Down by where you type in a live chat message, you just have to click on the button with the $sign on it, and it'll just ask you how much you want to donate to moi, okay? And that's all there is to it. Very easy. Now, if you are on the YouTube side, if you're watching me on YouTube, you can give me what's called a super chat. And how that works is, again, very similar. Down by where you type in your live chat message, you just have to choose how much you just have to click on the button with a dollar bill on it. And then it'll ask you how much you want to donate. And that's it. Very easy, very similar between the two platforms right there. So that's it. All right. So that's enough begging for money from me here on the Movies America Live. Okay. So, but my final thoughts with Smile 2 is I'd say it's worth it to go see it at the theaters. Okay. You don't have to see it like right away. I mean, if you want to wait till it's a little cheaper or something like that, by all means. But go to the matinee or something like that. I wouldn't pay full price to go see Smile 2, but it's good enough. I mean, again, it rehashes a lot of what the first one does, but with different flavoring. But some of the flavoring is quite delectable and scrumptious. Okay, and the gore is chef's kiss when it does happen there. And the ending of it makes it fascinating, and it definitely makes you deliberate how they are going to pull off the inevitable third movie that there's going to be, because Smile 2 came in number one at the box office this weekend, and it made more money than was projected. So, of course, there's going to be a Smile 3, and the ending of this movie leaves it wide open for that. And it leaves it open to a continuance that is going to be it's going to be something. It's going to be an undertaking to pull off in the inevitable third Smile movie that we will get right here. So absolutely, but anyway, let's wrap up this show here today. But I just want to thank everybody again, real quick, for joining the show here and checking out Movies America Live for this spoiler-free review of Smile 2. And hey, if you're watching this live right now, or if you're watching it later on, don't hesitate to send a link to this episode to anybody you even remotely suspect would check out this show, would want to check out this show. All right, so I will not be offended. And again, hey, if you check me out, follow me on X, on Rumble, on YouTube, on Gab, on Facebook. I'm on all those platforms under @MoviesMerica. I'm on Pilled as well there. So, and then if you DM me an X, if you DM me an X and you say, hey, Van, I followed you on this platform and that platform and that platform, I will follow you back on those same platforms. Okay, so because you did me a solid, I'm going to do you a solid back. All right, so, but all right, let's get ready to wrap up this show here. But first, as always, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.